In this lecture we are going to talk about analog inputs and a potentiometer. So in Arduino Uno we have 6 analog inputs from A0 till A5. From this Arduino I can show them to you. These are our analog inputs. And now let's talk about some potentiometers. A potentiometer is an electronic device that has 3 pins. The pin in the middle is a variable resistance. So it is a circular resistance inside of the potentiometer, and when we turn this, we change the value of the resistance between these two legs of potentiometer. So I'm going to connect my potentiometer to pin number A0, analog 0. First, we have to connect the potentiometer from ground to one of the ends of potentiometer and the other to positive 5 volts. You can do vice versa, the legs, doesn't matter, but when you do it, your value, instead of starting 0 in the most left, it will start from 0 from the most right. So your polarity changes this, and I will connect the middle pin of potentiometer to pin number A0, analog 0, and I've connected my power lines, and I take the power from here to my potentiometer. So the one that I use is 10K, but you can use any value of potentiometer, so it doesn't matter. Now in the code part, let's declare a variable called pot value. So I have an integer pot value in my memory now. It is not like the digital pins. We don't initialize in void setup. We don't say that it is input because it is already input. So we just get it is value. Instead of writing digital read, we just write analog read. So analog read, which pin? A0. So it will get the value of our potentiometer, but let's put this value inside of our variable pot value. So now we have in our variable the amount of the voltage that comes from our potentiometer. So let's print this out, but first we have to initialize the serial monitor. So serial dot begin 9600. Now I initialize it. Let's print this out. Serial dot print our pot value. And let's put a delay for 10 milliseconds. Now if I upload this code, when I change the potentiometer's value, we should see in the serial monitor. So it is compiling. Uploading is finished. Now let's see. Oh, I forgot ln, so let's put an ln here. Serial print ln. Now let's upload again. Let's see. So when I turn it to the most left, it shows like 5, 6. It should show 0 actually. and when I turn it to the most right, it shows 1023. Yeah, it is between 0 and 1023. Now we can change this by just dividing our potentiometer value. We can write something like this. Let's make another integer here. Let's call this divided, and divided is equal to pot value divided by, let's make it 10. So, and let's print this out. I will make it clear so you can see it better. Pot value, and then let's print out pot value. And then let's print out this divided pot value. Equals divided. And delete this one. So now it should write the potentiometer value, and then it should write the divided value. So let's upload this one. Before, just let's change this, and now we are free to go. Yeah, uploading is finished. Now you can see that when we divide this, we can make this between 100 and 0. If we divide this by 100, we can make some value between 0 and 10. Let's upload this one. And now when it is in the end, it shows 10. Then it shows 8, 9, 7, and this kind of values. So then we can write some code here. For instance, if divided was bigger or equal to 5, then let's do something. Let's write serial dot print ln value is pot value is higher than 500, else you will write less than. Of course it can be equal, but let's just ignore that one. So when I upload this, we cannot see right now because it is not Let's upload this one. Okay, let's see. We can't see again. Let's make it 500. Okay, as you can see, it is 1023 and it says it is higher than 500. Now I will make this less and less and less, and when this is less than 500, here it is higher, it says higher than 500 until here, and then when it is less than 500 it shows that it is less than 500 because now it is 4, and then it was 5. We said if it was higher than 5, just write higher than 500. If it was less than 500, I mean 5, just write less than 500. So it is just I just showed this in serial monitor, but you can do different stuff. For instance, instead of connecting a potentiometer here, you can connect a battery, for instance, and if it is charges below of some value, you could say your charge has finished, or you can have all kind of stuff with this analog inputs, because analog inputs are the inputs that we get the data from outside world. Like we get the temperature from analog inputs, we get a position of something from analog inputs, servos work with analog inputs, all kind of things that you can see around yourself, velocity and everything works with these analog inputs, and we take them, we make them digital, and then we write some code and we do our operations. So that's all for this lecture. See you in the next lecture.